have to explain me. I borrowed this car for 3 days and I said to Honda, okay, tight schedule, we have to figure it out. And then what I get? Honda Civic Type R and this gloomy, rainy weather for past 3 days. It's never stopped raining. As much as I enjoy Civic Type R, the front-wheel drive cannot keep up when it's wet. A couple of years ago, Honda presented the new Civic. Since then, I've been mentioning in every single review when it comes to the price and features. No, look, Civic got very important mission to kick the butt, not only when it comes to the price, but when it comes to the performance. Every pound counts here. Before it's gonna be raining cats and dogs, shall we? You know it's a Civic Type R the second you approached it. I mean, look at it! Giant wing, a lot of aerodynamic elements. So when you go fast, it feels right. It feels planted, kind of glued to the ground. As soon as you go through the first curve, you feel it's functional. That's why they put so much work for this body kit, not only for looks. When you choose and pick, you have 6 colors. That's basically it. 36K kind of comes as a package. That's it. You can get a wireless charger as an option, but that's basically it. From the outside, it's really hard not to notice it. It's got 20-inch rims, and they do look big in comparison to the whole package. It's all wrapped in Continental high-performance tires. It's 245 by 30, and it's got very good rim protector. LSD can help you in tight corners. I'm talking about limited slip differential. What did you think about? This adaptive damping system really works. When you switch to the comfort mode, it can be easily your daily driver. I'm going through the bumps, it really does work. As soon as you shift back to the R mode, I'm sure even camera can show you the difference. Wow! First of all, you get this beautiful sound out of this engine, and then you can feel how this transmission transforms. Look at the brakes. Front looks great, okay? 4-piston, large, red Brembo brakes. Look at the rear. It's got some sort of a baby brakes and such a small disc. So yeah, you do get a feeling if they would do something for look, it should be a back caliper. Honda was able to make it the lowest weight in class. It weighs around 3,100 pounds, and in order to do that, they make a full aluminum hood, and they had to chop some things around. So when it comes to the sound isolation or quality of the back seat, you will notice that's where the weight savings go. And from the entire design, I don't get one simple thing. That's the third little pipe that sits on the back of the exhaust. Yeah, I get it. It opens up to get you more performance when you do R mode, but at the same time, to me, it looks stupid. Under the hood you got 2-liter VTEC engine that produced 306 horsepower. To get this big number out of this 2-liter, Honda decided to push more than 23 psi of boost. You get 295 pound-feet of torque between 25 and 4500 RPMs, and it's the right spot. And it's really hard not to mention, it likes to rev up to the 7000 RPMs. It's actually showing you 8000 RPMs, but it never lets you go behind 7. If you'd like to understand how fast this car, think about it. This is the fastest production front-wheel drive on Nürburgring. And it's not only about who's doing the fastest lap, it's also about who's gonna get what for the price tag. When you look at the competitors, think about it. WRX STI, Golf R, Focus RS, every single one of them with the same options gonna cost you more than Civic Type R. Besides Focus RS, this is most of the power that you can get for this money. But on the other hand, Focus RS stopped production. So currently this is the best power performance for the price tag. you're buying something like this, you're obviously gonna plan to drive it daily. So let's be honest, it's not a super exotic car. Most likely you're gonna be driving daily and then having a good time during the weekend. That's where gas mileage comes in. But you would be surprised, this car can drive 26 miles a gallon on the highway, and we are, after 3 days of shifting back and forth, pushing to the metal. Yeah, like that. Still getting 22 miles per gallon after we drove more than 200 miles. Despite the fact it's got a really good gas mileage, one of the best in class. It's got a really baby gas tank. Okay, baby caliper on the back and baby gas tank. Only about 12 gallons, which translates the way I drive, I have to visit a gas station every single day. And since we start talking about daily usage, it's got a bigger trunk than most of the competitors. Let's talk about interior. Lots of screens, lots of adjustments. Look at the main screen. You got boost, G-force, lap time, like everything that you can possibly think of on this screen, and it's adjustable, so go through the settings, you will find a lot of interesting things. Every morning when you start the car, it starts on sport mode. Just a little reminder, it's a sporty car. When you switch between the modes, you can feel the difference. Our mode is absolutely blast. It does adjust your front shocks, it transforms the steering wheel, making so much weight out of it that you kind of get in a feel that you're driving an older BMW with broken power steering. I guess this is the way it's supposed to be when you talk about fast car that does set up a benchmark. On the middle you've got this small 7-inch screen. It does lack on the design, but it's got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, everything works, everything pairs, everything the way it's supposed to be. The only one concern for those who never had a chance to drive a newer Civic or newer Honda, the first time you will try to adjust the volume of your radio, you will most likely end up with adjusting the climate control. When you look at those seats, they do look great. First of all, it's absolutely unique. You cannot get those seats anywhere else besides this car. They've been designed specifically for Honda Civic Type R. When you look at the back seats, yeah, they do exist, but they look more on the cheap side. But then you realize they were thinking about weight reduction, and they did go a little bit too far. Here's the quick example. You put your elbow right here on the armrest, you drive 100 miles straight, and you don't get any pain out of this seat, but you do get out of your elbow, because basically nothing here between the material and plastic itself. It's hard as rock. When you go through the manual and read the description, you see short shifter. I don't know where you got this feeling. To me, it's nothing about the short shifting. But on another note, like seats with the good material or red inserts through the entire interior, this aluminum knob, aluminum shifter, does create the right feel. When you look down, you see there is electronic parking brake and brake hold. Brake hold is absolutely beautiful for any stick shift car. Well, look, we're approaching the red light. I press the brake hold, I activate it. For some reason I have to activate it every single time I'm starting the car. I release my brake, I put on a neutral, I do nothing, and car sits on the spot. It's really helpful when you have to stop on the red light somewhere on the ramp where car can slide backwards. This little thing makes your life easier. Remember I mentioned 20-inch tires? Well, when you do U-turns, it feels like those tires are too big. You cannot scare a guy from Chicago, okay? It's raining, but it's still beautiful. And for the past few days, I've learned a lot. First of all, Civic likes to go fast. Every single shift with emotion, every little gravel flying underneath the car, it's emotion. It's something to tell you this is lightest and fastest when it comes to the power on a budget. If you think I'm not gonna leave you here in the middle of nowhere after taking you for such a long trip to talk about this car and won't drive away because you haven't subscribed yet? To make sure it's never gonna happen, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, watch the new releases as soon as they come out.